President Trump used the words, "it is what it is," in a briefing this morning with reporters. Well, the reporters mentioned that he used the words, "it is what it is," regarding a previous briefing or previous statement that he had made. The reporter today is pointing that out, and it's funny because yesterday's events contained various secret or hidden messages to lead me astray down a rabbit's hole that talk about it is what it is. This is commentary, this is science, this is work and business that is confined to me and me alone after the liberation of global society and mankind as a whole. So we have this reporter rigorously asking the president, you said it is what it is, and the president goes on and says, well, why don't you look at the statement that I made after? He points it out clearly that yes, I said it is what it is, but why don't you look at the statement that I made after? Now, which I said it is what it is, to who did it say it to ba 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 ba. Why don't we look at that man that comes right back down to earth real fast and says, why don't you look at what I said after? It stumps the reporter, and that's what we need to look at. We don't need to argue about what was said before. We don't need to argue about where they may or may not go. We need to argue about the fact that what was said after, and the reporter has nothing to say. So, thank you, reporters, for curbing your enthusiasm. Thank you, evil people, for pointing out the stuff that I repeatedly say we're not going to talk about. Thank you, Chevy Express van that just pointed at the Sipan banquet hall. So it's obviously pointing at the mafia, probably not just Armenian, any mafia, that seems to want to continue to either A, bring to light the frailties of mankind, especially since children are being raped as we speak, or B, to continue their agenda and confuse us. I'm not going down a rabbit's hole. I'm going to look at our press briefings and the press briefings of other countries and compare the enthusiasm or the lack of enthusiasm between American press briefings and the press briefings of other countries and see where that leads me. Because as of right now, why don't we look at what was said afterwards? I don't know, maybe because we have a bunch of weird-ass mafiosos trying to block it up. You can't. The system is mine and mine alone. And I told the system, tell them it's yours too. Lie to them. So if I'm saying lie to them on the phone, if he's lying to you from up top, so what's all this commentary in the middle, bro? What's Critinak and West Side Gangster, bro?